Alright, HadesOmega here. So I'm kind of wrapping up on all the external head components like turbo here. So last I left, I was working on this motor hook bracket thing, and I painted it black. I shoot it with like kind of like a rust converter, and then now I painted it with like a kind of like high temp paint. And yeah, it's kind of have to be high temp paint because it's, excuse me, it's sitting on top of the exhaust manifold, and it's gonna get hot. That's probably why it's all rusty. But yeah, it's got a nice little wrinkled finish, not intentionally. You can see it's nice and smooth on this side. But yeah, that's where the rust ate through it. But it's still strong. It's still got good integrity. So looks good. Definitely want to put that back on the engine. And then so my goal today is to finish the turbo. I'm pretty much, I'm saying halfway done. And then I sent the exhaust, the O2 housing to a machine shop, and they're working on the, resurfacing it for me. They said it's kind of difficult, and I guess I can understand. It's some weird ass shape. Why Mitsubishi? Why some weird shape? But anyway, yeah, but the flange on this one looks good. There's some pitting here. I don't like that. So I think I will definitely use the copper gasket seal on this. But as you can see, I poured it a little bit, and I started working on this last night, and it's getting there. I just have to. I'm just trying to smoothen that out, get rid of all the pinning and stuff. But of course, when you notice there's like air bubbles and stuff when you poured it, and then it's kind of like defeats the purpose, I guess. But yeah, so I'm just gonna try to get rid of all this pitting here, and then I'm gonna just gonna polish it. I'm gonna try to polish in there where the wastegate comes out, where the waste comes out. Yeah. So, and I got some interesting gasket stuff to show you. But let's see how much stuff we have to gasket match. So here we go. I got this. By the way, I think you can reuse this. It's just like a piece of metal they cut, This looks like it's made out of stainless steel too. I don't really know how well it would seal, but supposedly these flanges are supposed to be flat. You don't really need to have a gasket. I had a T3, T4 before, and I was told that you just put it metal to metal. So here we go. I think it goes something like this, or like this. I know, right? It's like a puzzle. There we go. So as you can see, is I have a little bit that I can actually gasket match. It looks like the wastegate looks fine. I don't have to touch the wastegate. I'm not going to touch it. But the exhaust, the turbine portion, I can go like a millimeter on it. So I think I will go ahead and gasket match that. Just a little bit. That's gasket. I'm trying to get the gasket as centered as I can, but like look, it's crooked. Actually, well, I guess it's okay. Yeah, I would just open it up just a little bit. It's okay if it's a little bit. It's going to go to a bigger, it's going in a bigger inlet, so it doesn't really matter. That's what it is. And I want to try to keep it round, so I'm going to say, instead of just trying to gasket match this, because it's going to be crooked, because they cut this gasket crooked or something. I don't know what the deal is, but actually, look, it's not even, it's flat here. It's odd, huh? But I always thought it was supposed to be all the way around, but maybe that's why I grinded that out. But anyway, so what I'm probably going to do is I'll just pour it until maybe I get this a little bit closer to here. This one's already here, so yeah, you probably don't want to go more. In fact, yeah, so I'll probably trace it, and I'm just going to go like right around here. I'm going to move it outward like this. This one I'm not going to touch. I'm just going to grind it and polish. Alright, that's the plan for today, and then start putting stuff on the head if I can. But I'm planning to, the next time I come back, the head is going back in that car. So, That's what I'm planning for. I got this done, so I'm going to put that on today too. I got the gasket right here. That's ready to go back on. Exhaust manifold is ready to go back on, but I'm not going to put that on until I'm ready to put the head back on, and that's easy. You just bolt that on real quick. And then the intake manifold is ready to go on too. Yeah, pretty much that's it. Just the turbo, and then I'm going to chase the threads on the block, and that'll be it. And then we can put the head on, and then I'll start on working on the timing components. That's going to be fun. Alright, HadesOmega. Alright, well I can say hasta la vista, all this port and polishing crap here. So I've decided to not do any more porting and polishing on the head. Anyway, I did the turbo, so here it is. It's done. I have to start putting all the lines back on it. I took the step out of the turbo, the turbine inlet. I think it turned out pretty good. There's still a little bit of a step left, but that's the best I could do with the tools I had, unless I wanted to get an angle at this, but I didn't want to do that. So it's kind of hit something, but it's way smoother, and I polished it, so it's good. There's still some crud in there, but whatever, it'll be fine. It'll burn up in the exhaust. And then here's the inlet side, or the outlet side. Pretty well. Prop it up on my knee there. I tried to get the flapper, the wastegate port, as good as I could. I think I did a good job. Yeah. Basically, I got the flap wheel on there. Yeah, I got the flap wheel, and I was able to get the cartridge roll in there, and I was able to smoothen it out. It turned out really good. Oh. And then yeah, this turned out really good too. Really smooth. So I'm happy with how it turned out. I just need to get that O2 sensor housing back and bolt it on. Supposedly I'm going to get it tomorrow. And I even did a little polish on the turbo, the compressor outlet, but now there's some junk in there. Some aluminum dust. I wish I didn't do it, but there was this little yucky looking, it was a really yucky looking, you can still see there's still a blob in there, but it was like really rough and yucky looking, so I went and grinded it down a little bit and polished it. Aluminum is way easier to polish than aluminum polish is easier than freaking what is it, cast iron. And yep. So there it is. So turbo's ready to go on. I'm gonna start bolting all the components to it now, and then we'll go back on the car. Then I can say bye-bye to all that stuff. And so I'm going to replace the hoses, put the lines back on, and I think I have to finish scraping. Yeah, I got to finish scraping the rest of the RTV off of this. Other than that, it should be good to go. I think it's just that one. Yeah. And then I have to just clean these little areas where the copper washers go. So that's it for tonight. I'm pretty much done for tonight, I think. Like I said, I'm just gonna get that turbo squared away. I was thinking of starting to install these timing components. I guess I'll install the since there's no timing belt. The timing belt is Elgato. Here's the balance shaft belt. Do not use pry tools to pry onto pulley. It's a timing belt. Ooh, look at that brand new belt. Hope it lasts me 60,000 miles. How could this thing go? It's got like metal stuff in it, metal wires and stuff. They make these pretty tough. I don't see how it could only last 20-something thousand miles. Let's hope whatever caused the timing belt to fail was just, I don't know, the belt just failed. I don't know. So I'm going to go ahead and replace this idler pulley and the tensioner pulley here. It's a weird looking pulley. Alright, HadesOmega's. It's so annoying. Check this out. Where are you, Hunter? So, if you take a look at this right here, sorry for the music. But you can see that there's supposed to be a hole right here, and there's a broken cotter pin in there. So I gotta extract that, or just punch it out. I managed to get some of it out, but I don't really have a good punch to do it with. So, but it looks like it'll come out pretty easy. I just need the right tool. So annoying. Getting it out. I use this handy dandy. I get my money's worth out of this. I just bought it. It's a hook for taking like hoses and stuff out. I never had one before. I always wanted to try it. I didn't really use it for its intended purpose. I use it to knock it out there. So all I have to do is get hopefully if I can get the pliers to grab onto this sucker. I can just pull it right out. But no, it intends to be a bitch till the very end. Anyway, alright, I extracted it. Good times. Yeah, it was quite a bitch getting out. I had to kind of just wriggle it out and stuff. Alright, there it is. I just took out the what is it? This is an idler pulley for timing belt. It looks like it's in perfectly fine condition. This is the brand new one. This is the Gates one. You can see it says Gates on it. And it's made in China. Damn it. Oh well, whatever. Hopefully it won't fail on me. I mean, this one is fine. I have no problem reusing it, but you got a brand new one, might as well use it, right? So, yeah, so this one has a rubber seal as compared to this one's rubber too, just says Koyo on it. But I would prefer to use the Japanese bearing to a Chinese one, but whatever, as long as it's made to the same specs, right? Supposedly the Gates stuff is just as good as the OEM stuff. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and install that. It's easy to take out. Easy to take out. B. So this one was a nice plastic wrapping. I guess just to keep it from rusting. But it's basically what this is. This is the idler, not the idler. This is the tensioner pulley, and it's got this little eccentric center section that's been pressed into the bearing, and then the bearing has been pressed onto this little guide here. It's interesting. So like the belt won't walk back or anything. It's pretty cool. You can see that this is the stock tensioner. It's by NTN, another Japanese bearing, and you can see there's a whole bunch of fibers from the belt in there. Just when the belt exploded. And it's a good deal smoother than this, which, I don't know, doesn't really matter, but I'd imagine this is probably going to get smooth after a while anyways. And, yeah, so, put it on, and it has these little, this is interesting design. So I got this from J Racing, from J&Z, and their little timing belt toolkit, and it's a little tensioner dealie. You put on it right there. And then when you're tensioning the timing belt, you put some like 8 foot-pounds or 8 inch-pounds, I don't know, whatever the specified torque is, and then it pulls this tensioner back. So I'm assuming to do that. That's a good question. I wonder how you do that. I should look it up, but anyway, I'm wondering if you have to loosen this bolt first before you actually tension this. But we'll figure it out when I actually put the timing belt on. But this replacement pulley is made by GMB. That's what comes in the Gates kit. I have not had luck with GMB in the past. They made some shitty water pumps. I would not buy a GMB water pump unless I knew it was like it was made in Japan, you know. So there's that. So I noticed something very interesting about this tensioner pulley. One thing is you can very easily install it backwards. But I did install it backwards. And then I flipped it around like, oh yeah, the teeth have to go in these little holes, and the guide's supposed to be in the back, so I got that squared away. And then I'm tightening it, I'm like, that's weird. The little the guide part here is touching the this little part back here in the bracket. So that's weird. So there's a certain position it has to be in. It has to be the teeth. This sort where the teeth go has to be pointing upwards for it to clear that. So it's, I don't know. So you could possibly, I was able to get the bolt a good ways in, and if I had torqued it, I probably would have damaged the bearing. I hope I didn't damage it now. I didn't torque it or anything, so I just did it hand tight. It looks straight to me, sort of. Yeah, so there you go. So learning new things every day. So you could possibly install that wrong, and you could damage it if you really cranked on that nut. I've done a couple things like that before, you know. No bueno. Okay, so I'm gonna hold off on the tensioner for the balance shaft for now, but it's right here. Another GMB bearing. Hold off on that for now, because the balance shaft belt is still in there. Oh, I could just install it. I don't know. I don't really feel like it right now. I got to work on the turbo. So yeah. Alright, so surprise, surprise. So I was looking at the threads on this turbo after I was done cleaning it, the surfaces, and it's really hard to tell, but you can tell some of those threads are missing in there. Some of those threads are missing. So I gotta try to, hopefully I can tap it. And if all else fails, I'm just gonna do what I did with the clips there. I'm gonna fucking drill all the threads out, and then I'm gonna install bolts and nuts on it. And that way I don't have a problem with breaking bolts. Because if I do break a bolt, it'll just come straight out. So yeah. The only problem I've had with that in the past is they come loose. I've had it come loose on me once. Alright, here's my go. Alright, well, so I got the tap in there. Hopefully we'll have to do the bolt test, but it took quite a bit of force to get it in there, so I have to recut those threads. I'm probably gonna have to do the other side too, but this is the worst one. I was able to get bolts on all of these, so I think we should be okay. Let's see. I guess it passes the test, because look at this, it comes out the other end. But I took a look in there, and it doesn't look good, man. There's a good almost like a quarter of the threads are gone, you know. But hopefully you can torque it if yeah, I know I would hate to do it. I would hate to torque it and then find out that this shit is bad. Maybe I'm gonna go torque it real quick to see if it'll hold. Nah, I'm sure it'll hold. There's a good chunk of it still in there. I think it'll be fine. Well, I went and torqued it to 40. The 1G specs. I don't know, for some reason the second gen, the 2G specs are like 30 and then 60 degrees or some shit. I'm like, what the hell? Anyway, look at this. So holds just fine. So I'm not worried about it. I fixed it. It's only, there's a couple less threads holding it, but that's hopefully it won't give me any problems. I know, and it has to be the hardest one to get to, right? The one right in the back. What a bitch, right? Anyway, but yeah, it pops out the other end, so that's good. Here's my go. Okay, so I just got done making this little hose for my turbo. I think this is a coolant line for the turbo. And I used a Gates hose 18030 for future reference. There's another one, and it's a little bit longer than this, but what I really need it for is this, and you can cut it to size. That's how much extra hose I have. This, I don't know if I can use that again, but I could probably use this for something else, so it's good to hang on the extra hoses. Yeah, so I'm just going to stick this on there. Look, it's a perfect fit, man. It's made by Gates. Good stuff. It's it's for coolant, so you should use coolant line for coolant. or heater hose, whatever they call it. There you go. I'm about ready to bolt that onto the turbo. All I did was I sawed it. This little saw here. It worked great. Normally I have like a big tin snip, big scissors to cut it, but I didn't have them on hand, so that's what I used, and it actually worked pretty damn well. So cool deal. My compressor's pumping away there. So I like to point out I got this at O'Reilly. I went shopping at O'Reilly. It's for a Nissan or Volkswagen, but it's an exhaust manifold stud kit. Number 03109er. Brand is Dorman Help. Good old Dorman, man. You got all these odd products, you know, that you always need. But yeah, this is the stud right here. The one that was that had one of the threads sheared off. I went ahead and put that one in. It came in. It went in nice and easy. It's good. And I kind of want to just put them all there. Yeah, I think I should have just ordered a brand new set of studs from J&Z also. I didn't think they'll be... I mean, yeah, they're okay. The threads are good on all of them. They're just pitted, you know. And they're only going to get worse. The next time it comes off, you're probably going to have to change them. And then now it's like the opportune time to change them, right? Anyway, it comes with two of these little studs. The flat section on it is not quite as big. It's more threaded than it is flat on the it's actually not long enough to hopefully it'll be long enough when I put it through the manifold. That's a good question. Yeah, it's a good you can always unscrew it a little bit, but yeah, it's almost the right size, and it comes with a nut also. So but I'm not going to use the nut. I'm going to use the nuts that came with this. They're nice little ones. So that's just a little tip there if you're in a pinch and need some exhaust manifold studs. I'll do the trick. HadesOmega out. I have a little bit of a predicament here. So this is the bolt. This is the banjo bolt that goes to the oil feed line from the head. And if you look here, it's hard to tell, but the original bolt, the original copper gasket is fits, you know, it's got a little bit of play, maybe a millimeter, right? Well, this one that came with this kit, this Mitsubishi kit, has way too much play. Look at that. Not good. They have these silver ones. I don't know where these go either. But that definitely doesn't fit either. And there's no more. The only other one is this one right here. But this is for the bigger bolt. I'm not sure. I'm surprised it has so much play. I'm not comfortable with that much play. Yeah, that's way too much play. It's not going to seal very well. So I think what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to take this washer to down to Winchester Auto and get some more washers, copper washers. HadesOmega out.